to PolyArtsCo, my YouTube channel. Today we are looking at wildflowers and a flower I took from my garden to compare the fresh version and to the dried version and how we could use them in resin. Buying wildflowers from online stores can be expensive, so why not take advantage of the spring and summer season and take the wildflowers around you and test them out or use them for your projects in resin. So my way of drying flowers is the microwave method. I use a tile. In this video you'll see the tile. This is the tile that I use. And then I take the paper towel and then put the flower in it and fold that paper towel in half and then put this inside the microwave and then put the tile over it to weigh it down. I use the smoother side of it to weigh it down. I then run the microwave on high for 1 minute to 1 minute and 20 seconds. So let's start looking at the flowers that I picked. The yellow ones are the buttercups, and you would see from the insert here, they are bright flowers, bright yellow flowers. They're kind of waxy when fresh. I think they dried very well. They retained their shape, and I think the size is just a good size for resin pendants or small projects. These dried a bit darker than the bright yellow we saw a bit earlier, but I think they're fine. This dried for a minute and a minute 20. So let's move on to the columbine. These were picked from my garden. You can see from the insert that it's very pink, and they dried to a darker color. I was afraid that they wouldn't dry well, but apparently they did. The petals were very light and thin, so that was my concern. But the shape is kind of retained, and I think they will still do well. It's kind of bigger than what I would like to put in a pendant. These are mugwort. I don't have an insert because they look exactly as how they were before I dried them. They are comparable with what I would have bought from Amazon. This one came from Amazon. The one that I'm showing you right now is from Amazon. You can see from the leaves, they're very much alike. Oops. They just blend in to my dried mugwort. I don't think there's a difference at all, to be honest. I think maybe they took it from the same plant, but they would look great in a resin pendant. So the next one we have is the Dame's Rockets. I think that's what they're called. They are light purple in color when fresh, but again, like other dried flowers we have, they turn dark when dried. It doesn't retain its shape. It can, but you have to be very careful. The petals fell apart, but I think you can still use them in your resin projects. They're very colorful, so they do work well in resin. Okay, the next one is, I don't know the name of this plant. It looks like small asters. I'll put an insert here. And by the time I came home, the flowers have closed up on itself, and so I don't think I can flatten them out. So I decided to flatten them on the side. I didn't flatten them like on the petals itself, but on the side, and I think it turned out pretty well. The flowers are tiny, so they work well on small pendants. The color might have been a bit darker, again like all the other dried flowers, but I think it's a pretty color, and the green part does help make a good contrast to the flower and would make a pretty pendant. I'll do a few more series of the wildflowers and how they turn out so that we can use them on the resin projects. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.